Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jennifer Jefferies, the present day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. There is a gift in every experience that life throws at us. It really is, especially the challenging ones. So when I burned out in my 20s, I thought, poor me, like really, just, I couldn't see a gift. I couldn't see a gift. And yet I couldn't imagine at that time the life that I've created since because I burned out. When I joined the Australian Army at 17 and left 3 years later, because being an out gay woman was not seen right to be able to defend my country, I sure couldn't see a gift in that. At the time, I was devastated, absolutely devastated. And yet the gift has been amazing for me to be able to take a stand for other gay people to be able to live their best lives. Like the best gift on the planet, being kicked out of the army was. It was just insanely cool. So what I know is that no matter what the challenging experience is, whatever's happened to me, what will happen to me in the future, I know there's always a gift because I know that life is happening for me, not to me. Let me explain. So we rock through life and we have these experiences that are challenging. Seriously, getting kicked out of the Australian Army at 17, not 17, at 20. They were trying while I was still 17 from week 10 when I was in the army. They were trying to kick me out for being gay. And, you know, being in the army was amazing. I loved it. And at the same time, it broke my heart. It broke my heart that I could never be the 20-year soldier that I intended to because I was an out gay woman. When I burned out in the pharmacy industry, I was at the top of my career. I had a rocking job. I had all the stuff that said I was successful. You know, the right house, the right car, the right relationship. I had all this stuff that said life was great. And it was like, how can I fall in such a heap and be okay with it? And at the time, I was really challenged. I was not the learned soul that I am today. At the time, I couldn't see a gift. And yet I actually don't even think I'd be on this planet nowadays if that hadn't happened. I think I would have just self-destructed. I was a raging alcoholic. It was just not cool. And here I am at 63, strong, fit, healthy, loving life and flourishing in every way. So I know that when any kind of challenge happens to us, you know, an encounter with life that's big, and I know that people are going through huge stuff all the time. It can leave us questioning, why me? Poor me. Why did that happen? What if we chose to flip the script? And I get that it's hard in the moment sometimes. I really get it. We need to experience all the emotions of what it is, whatever has not gone the way you wanted it to. And at the same time, when something like that happens to me now, because I understand it, I understand that it's happening for me, not to me. I look for the gift. I look for the gift. I really do. And so flipping that script and instead of going, fucking poor me, why me, why me, why me, go, hey, yeah, me. This is going to be cool. This is going to be cool. And at the time, it can be hard to look for it, but I promise it's always there. It's always there. So this move, this reframe in our brain can take us from doom and gloom, loss of hope, all those kind of things, through to profound growth, a deeper sense of resilience, fulfillment, satisfaction, and really can open doors that we weren't going to see when we were still going the way that we were. I never dreamt when I was loving what I was doing in the pharmacy industry that I would end up being a professional speaker. You know, I've just come back from a trip in Korea and I'm about to head to China and Mongolia, where I teach people who culturally don't even feel emotions to not just feel them, but to be comfortable to share them and then teach other people how to do it. Like, I never could have dreamt that I was going to be doing that in my 60s when I was at 26 and burned out. I just couldn't. That's so far from where my brain would have gone. And yet for the last 25 years, I've been doing that. So it doesn't matter, you know, what the experience is and whether we're hurt physically, emotionally, and mentally, there's always something in it for us. Okay. So whether it is, happy, or whether it's painful or mundane or just like, well, whatever, there's an opportunity for us to grow and evolve. So I know that they're not obstacles. They're not obstacles that are meant to knock us down. I've totally played poor me in the past. And nowadays I see them as stepping stones. They're stepping stones, they're new doors, they're sliding door moments for me to help grow, to look through the door, see what it is, take a step, at least be curious and keep moving. Where in the past, in my younger years, and I know I didn't have the wisdom of the age that I've got nowadays, however, I used to default to doom and gloom and poor me. It was great. I just thought, this is too hard, too difficult, all those kind of things. And if you're going through something big at the moment,
have you ever wondered how your life could have been different if you'd had access to this type of content at a younger age? Look, this is why I need your help. I'm working to build the #1 platform that gives real and easy to integrate healthy life hacks and mindset to help you get well and stay well. This show only grows by word of mouth and new subscribers. It would mean the world to me if you could click the subscribe button right now, leave a 5-star written review, or drop a comment below. Share this episode with a friend and I would be forever grateful. Now, let's get back to this week's episode.
What I know for sure is you're still here, which means it doesn't matter how hard it's been. And I know so many of us have been through stuff where you never dreamt at the time you would even survive it. And you've not just survived it, but you're still here. And so much is possible. So if you're going through the tough time right at this moment, you're still here. I say to myself, I'm still here. I'm here. I can do this. Okay. And when we embrace it, that idea that we are still here and we're learning from whatever it is, it can make it a more bearable experience to ride out. Okay. And in time, you will find the true gift to what it is. And the true beauty kind of lies in those unexpected twists and surprises where we've thought, yeah, this is going the way you want it to. If I think back to pre-pandemic, my speaking, I was, just rocking. I had so much on. I was traveling 9 months a year and just loving it. It was great. And I just started reworking into China. And we were setting up some really cool projects to open up over the next 5 years. Pandemic came, 4 years I didn't travel to China, and everything went on hold, really, and everything went on hold. And where we are right now, we are doing things way bigger than what we were going to do 4 or 5 years ago. The world, technology, lots of things have changed since. And it's such a gift. If we had done what we planned to do 5 years ago, it would have been great and would have been successful. However, what we've got in place now, that I'm about to head back to China and Mongolia next week to launch, is truly bigger than I even imagined just 5 years ago. So even the pandemic interrupting that kind of thing for 5 years or 4 years, I lost all my speaking income overnight, went through all the struggles like everyone else did, with loss of work and all those things during the pandemic. But the gift was what I'm creating now will live for decades in totally different ways. So a huge gift. At the time, for a couple of weeks, and I talk about it in my new book, Fuck the Stress. I talk about how initially when it all locked down and planes stopped flying, my income went to zero. It was like, what? I initially defaulted back to my doom and gloom. And yet that unexpected twist of a world pandemic has set me up better for what I want to do in Asia, speaking and, from a publishing point of view on courses and things like that, than it ever could have done 5 years ago when we started it. So we just don't know. We just don't know. And so living with the belief that life is happening for us versus to us helps us to be able to be more, I find, that I'm able to be more in control, looking for the opportunities, looking for the sliding doors, looking for those little wins, no matter how small, that would have been overlooked in the past. Okay, so I've gone from being a why me to what's this teaching me? How can I use this? What's the gift? So like I said, 40 odd years ago, I burned out. Never imagined I'd have the cool life that I was having
that I'm having nowadays. So how can we use this mindset in our daily life? It begins with the commitment to actually go, yep, this is happening, and I choose to put this positive meaning on it versus poor me. Okay, so instead of resisting life's challenges, they're going to come. They always have, they always will. That's it. The universe loves contrast. And they generally come when we're absolutely rocking, like we're in a good flow. Yep, life's good. Okay, it's like the universe slaps us and goes, here's a reality check. How bad do you want whatever it is you're striving for? And so I know that it's almost like that there's a bigger plan. And depending on what your faith is and all those kind of things, you'll have your own way to word that. However, I know that whatever the challenge is that comes up, it's a great time for me to be really mindful, to be willing to look through those sliding doors and to embrace change and allow myself to be more open to all the goodness that's out there. Okay? For us versus to us, for me, has been a game changer for growth. And I love finding the gifts. I love finding the gifts. So be open, be curious, look through the doors, because whenever we're thrown an obstacle, it's like a door shuts or a brick wall gets built up, whatever it is, there's always another door to look through. And that's where the gift will be. I hope that helps. I know it's made wild changes to my life.
I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review on Apple Podcast. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review, have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you're tuning in from so that you always catch the next episode. I welcome your emails, and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.